I'm pouring into you, but you're not accepting it or handling that with care. You're kind of just doing what you want to do. And honestly, it's been really emotional. Just the other day, I literally cried.
Random, and I got purpose. Things coming together so beautifully. One day it all makes sense. Just you wait and see. Take this journey with me. Purposely random. Purposely random. Purposely random. Purposely
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Angela Elise, and this is my podcast, Purposely Random, a podcast by Angela Elise. It's a podcast all about interpersonal skills development, as well as mental health, social commentary. We're going to be doing some singing. We're going to be talking about the Lord. We're going to be doing all things random, but yet purposeful because it's purposely random. You heard the theme song. What's up? What's up? So, on this episode, we're going to be talking about, are you a safe space? Are you an ear to hear or someone to hurt? The choice is yours. Anyways, let me knock it off. All right, so let's get into the theme song. As you know, it's going to be off the top of the dome. Whatever comes through my subconscious is pure expression, pure vulnerability, and we're going to make it do what it do. So here we go. I've been searching for so long for someone to build a nest with and grow. And I don't mean in a romantic way. I'm just looking for some security. So tell me, is it you I can build with? 'Cause I don't have it in me to keep on open up just to be left alone. Just to be left alone. Oh, 'cause I keep trying to build on sinking sand. Don't know which way I'm gonna land. So tell me, are you a good foundation? Are you soil to grow? Let me know. Let me know. Let yourself know. Can I let myself go and just be authentically, unapologetically me? That's all I ever wanted to be. All right, that's a good song. What, I didn't know where it was gonna go at first, but I'm kind of feeling it. Watch and wait when the album drops, when the mixtape drops. Y'all want to invest in this? Let me know. Let me know. I was gonna sing "Let Me Know," young Aaliyah, but let me not. Uh, so let's talk about the reason why I wanted to talk about, are you a safe space? So recently here, as you guys know, I've been in this group, Young Black Christian, and shout out to the homies, Con, Sean, Janine, DJ, and I have been trying to figure out, by meeting with them and other people, how to be in real relationship. Practice relationship. And Sean clowned me the today talking about practice relationship. Yes, practice relationship, girl. Yes, she's funny. We actually have the same personality type, which is hilarious, but we're like different spectrums. And we have different things to work on, which is awesome. And that's how I know that I know that I know. God makes no mistakes, and that you're still unique even if somebody has the same personality trait as you. Anyway, getting back into it. Um I've been trying to open up to people and be vulnerable and create relationship and remain open and this and this and that and this and that. And it has been everything in me not to just go back into my shell. As y'all know, sea turtles are life, but turtles have their own house that is their shell. And I'm like, let me go back into my shell because I do not like how you're treating me. So, long story short, we're gonna get into the stories longer here in a moment, but it's been a tough time. Also in this group, we do like calls every day where we just like, just kick it, just talk or whatever, joke, hee hee, ha ha. And sometimes people come in there with heavy burdens and they're asking other people to bear them, and it no longer feels like a safe space. It feels like, oh, you're just pouring out and you're not pouring back in. Um, with my friendships, it's like I'm pouring into you, but you're not accepting it or handling that with care. You're kind of just doing what you want to do. And honestly, it's been really emotional. Just the other day, I literally cried. I think it was like Tuesday morning, um, or evening. I cried about something one of my friends did. I did the eyes. In case you want to see me, quick as I. In case you want to see what I just did, go ahead and hop on the YouTube channel, Angelique's Music with a Q. That's Angelique's Music with a Q, so you can see my face and get down with the get down. Also, watch my other videos, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But back to the story. So I ended up crying, and it was so sad because like someone else reached out to me from the video chat. Like several people did, like they just messaged me, but like this one person was like they called me to talk, and I ended up crying on the phone with them. And as I was talking to them, I realized why what the other person, my friend did hurt me. And it's because we had spent about a month building a rapport, and then here they go embarrassing me in front of company. Like we can joke together, like that's jokey joke, la la la. But don't be over here joking on me in front of company when it's like a sensitive matter, my guy. Like don't be bullying me because I'll bully back. So let me go ahead and hop off this line because my mouth is too sharp and you'll get caught up. And I'm not trying to do that to you because just because you disrespected me doesn't mean that, and you might have done it unintentionally. So let me just back, check my attitude, and then tell you why we no longer need to expose ourselves to playing truth or dare. We were playing truth or dare in child, and I said truth, but it still ended up being messy. So, um, anyway, so I didn't feel safe in that moment. I felt rather annoyed. I'm like, sir, can you not hurt my feelings? Can you not make me feel away? Can you be a homie? And yes, I have a lot of friends with guys, and I'm learning how to be more and more friends with women. I will say my longer standing friendships have been with women. I like I told y'all before, I just have this problem with like, if a guy's showing me attention, I'll be like, yo, what's up? Like you trying to be my boyfriend? Like what's happening? But then they're like, no, I don't want to be your boyfriend. So why did you make the spot hot? And I was like, I mean, you were paying me attention. Like, I don't know. I thought you was like, we can make it do what they do. But they'd be like, no, not you, boo. So um, they ended up telling me, they ended up apologizing for embarrassing me and, told me like they didn't mean any harm and that they'll make it up to me. And they're like, oh, you can have revenge on me. And I'm like, revenge is not in my spirit. Why don't you just apologize? And by apologize, I mean just change your behavior now that you know the boundaries. Now that you know the boundaries, now you can be a safer space. I can't hold you accountable for something you didn't know was an issue. So let's communicate about it and let's set the boundary. And create a safe space for both of us to be. Because I told y'all, it's really hard for me to like continue to be vulnerable. So when I'm seeing like stuff where I'm like, it's not safe here, go back into your shell. I'm like, all right, I'm a lot quicker to cut people off than I was back in 2020, July 2020. Finally said goodbye. Anyway, so the safe space that was not created was just being too familiar and like showing out in front of company. I feel like that's like not cool. Like, you know, you treat your friends a certain way, and just because you have the familiarity with them doesn't mean everybody else deserves that, right? Um, Another thing was I have also been really emotionally raw from leaving therapy and taking this navigation of self to God, but also just be like, hey, Angela, what do you think about such and such? And what has now occurred was me trying to not force, but to engage someone in those kind of conversations that I have with myself about mental health, and they are not an advocate of mental health. Um, they're like, you need to talk about God, therapy. What? No, not therapy. And I'm just like, okay. There's also Christian counseling, but there's also people that are dealing with trauma and they keep praying, but they're not seeking out the gift that God has given by people going to school and learning how to deal with trauma and reprocess it. But all right, blessings. I just believe in the you can and therapy and pray. Therapy and pray and fellowship and group therapy and self work. And you don't have to do either or. It doesn't just have to be God. God is in everything. He made the therapist. He can heal whatever is broken inside of you. So pray, but are you listening to what's out there that God is trying to tell you? The resources He's trying to give you. Are you doing that? Because if you're not, then what? What if you don't even know the practical steps of how to get to the healing? So I just believe the and they were like really bigly advocating uh, um some other things that I just was like, oh, this is kind of like not helping me. And I'm not trying to say you need to mold to fit my level of thinking. No, I'm just saying your thoughts are dismissive of what my experience is. And so it's not healthy for me. And so I've been kind of, taking a step back and kind of engaging in other conversations with them that have nothing to do with me. Um, just more so, you know, life and like just it got to the point where I was getting annoyed by anything that they were saying. Like, no, I don't believe that. I would say that. I'd be like, no, I don't want to make a choice because it's not that simple. You're simplifying things. Yeah. I just think about things in a more complex way. But yeah, so let's not even engage in that conversation because I know, and I'm not trying to say the person's mind is small because I don't think it's small. I just think that I think about things on such a big level and such a microscopic level at the same time that it's like all they see is black and white, but I see shades of gray. I do see black, I do see white, but there's also beautiful shades of gray in between. And I want to explore some of those options if they're fruitful journeys. And to have someone not be on that same level is counterintuitive to me. It's counterproductive, and I'm not here for it. Um, but it's still trying to develop a relationship. We'll figure it out. But I've been praying about it. I've been taking setbacks to set boundaries and not engaging in certain conversations with that person. And it's helped a lot. But something else that I did was I talked to another friend about it because we had been getting close. And I thought I had a safe space there. And it ended up being kind of like man, I gotta set boundaries again. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, man, I just I'm just I just did this work like not even a month ago, and now I'm gonna do the work again and again and again, and I gotta navigate how to tell you how to treat me. And like I know that is a part of relationship. And that is why. But I'm just like, have some sense. Have some sense. Can it be common again? Because common sense ain't really common no more. It ain't been common since common raps. I met this girl when I was 10 years old, and what I love most, she had so much. So it ain't been common. It ain't been. And it's probably money, cars, and clothes, and then the more glamorized one track mind of success that has caused that. But that's something that I'm not an expert on. I would love to talk to like someone that is an expert in that. So if you guys know anybody like that, let me know. Hit it in the comments below. Tell me about um, your encounters with safe spaces being kind of like, whoa, 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 hey, since I thought I was safe and yet it's not, let me go ahead and reset this boundary. Like, talk to me about that in the comments below. Um, so more to the point though, getting back to that was a lot of background, but getting back to the main focus of this episode is let's turn it back introspective. Are you a safe space? Are you a safe space? So when your friend is coming to you and they're venting, just telling you what's going on, not asking for advice, are you listening with a kind ear, with a compassionate ear, not a judgmental ear? And I'm not saying, let me just be clear, I'm not saying that you have to agree with what your friend is saying. But sometimes all we need is to be like, you know what, such and such happened, and I was mad and I was going to do this and that. But you know what? I thought differently. And what I'm going to do instead is this. And you just listen so they can get it out, so they can be like, you know what? That was a little crazy. That was a little extreme. Now that I'm speaking it out loud and hearing it out loud and telling you, yeah, that's probably not a good idea. That's not even really my true character. It was just a moment that had popped up. But let me go ahead and back and rescale this thing. So being a listening ear, right? Not saying, girl, you better not do that. No. Because what I would do and who I would they ain't gonna listen, you are wrong for that without really hearing what the person is trying to say. Like it's like let people just listen to understand. You don't got to have a response. You don't have to have a solution. Amen. Somebody say amen. I don't have to have a solution. Because God is a problem solver. And the problem and really it's that person's work to talk to God and figure out what way to go. Okay. But sometimes you just need to be an ear. You have two of them. Yeah. So listen to understand. Let your friend, let your partner, let your family member get out what they got to get out. Now, let's set this boundary though. If it becomes too much, if you're becoming a sounding board, a sounding board where everything that you say, that they say to you, they just keep pouring more and more into your well, taking out of your energy, and it becomes unhealthy for you to be someone that they can vent to, peace out. Take a break. It's healthy to take breaks. I was actually speaking to someone, listening to Kev on Stage podcast with Squadcast. It's like um, where they talk about three different topics, either or. But he was talking about to hear more, needing to take a break from work, and how Kevin had read this book about the work is in the rest. The rest is that important because it gives you a chance to really like breathe in to what's going on and relax and be present with things. And it's really important to have that time to yourself, to spread love to yourself, to listen to yourself, and not to be so available to your friends, to your family members. It's okay to say, no, 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 no. You know what? Like I need some time for myself. Let my social battery recharge. Let me take care of myself. Let me cook for myself. Let me sing a song that I love. Let me, enjoy a movie by myself. And it's okay to do those things. It really is. And then come back when you're ready to have the capacity inside of you, not for what your friend is saying to set you back, not for you to go off on them because you're like, you know what, you done told the same story 45 times, young. And it's also healthy to say, hey, I know you want to vent to me right now, but I don't have the capacity to hear you and have an understanding heart. So, not right now. I know you want to vent. I know you do, but I can't take any more on. So, I'm going to pray for you. And when I'm ready to hear you, let's talk. But right now, I'm having a bad day. Right now, I'm resting. Right now, I'm taking a social media break, and really have those dialogues. Normalize telling people, I need time to myself. I'm taking me time. Normalize it. It's okay. Especially right now, people are like, well, I'm at home all the time and all I do is be bored in the house bored. Are you or are you boring? Because you don't want to look into yourself. Are you just looking at entertainment instead of looking and being like, how can I have fun with me? How can I love me today? How can I get to know me? How can I date myself? Are you really doing what it takes to be love to yourself? Are you really taking the time to do that? So there's a lot of different layers here when it comes to being a safe space, having the capacity to be a safe space, listening to understand, communicating that you're not in a space to hear, to understand, um, you know, not putting judgments on things, asking people, are you wanting to vent or would you like advice? And then also just letting, even within the advice portion, being like, I'm not attached to you doing this or not, but here's what I think, and this is what I think that you should do. Now it's up to you to choose those things, and I'm going to love you regardless of what you choose as you're finding your footing in the choices that you're making. But if it becomes too much of a problem, then I'm going to need to have to set a boundary about us not talking about this topic, about me not giving you advice, about you not talking to me about that person. I want to love you and be there for you, but this is causing unnecessary drama in my life. So let's set that boundary in love. Speaking the truth in love. Speaking the truth in love is not just about the other person. It might hurt them that you say, hey, no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to listen to that right now. But guess what? The truth is I'm that's it is what it is. It's gonna hurt you. It might even hurt me to say it, but it's gonna hurt me even longer if I'm resenting you. It's gonna hurt me even longer if I'm mad. So let's just not do that. Let's just not facilitate that type of relationship and that type of energy. Yeah. So this week, what I want you guys to do, I gave you a couple of assignments already, but I really want you to focus on, are you asking the right questions or setting up this expectations of being a safe space? Are you asking the question, can I vent to you? Or, are you venting or are you wanting advice? Because I want to be in the right mind frame while I'm listening to you, while I'm hearing you. Okay. Also saying sometimes I have to be like, listen, my face and my initial reaction might be like, what? But I'm not judging you. Sometimes I just gotta react. My reaction game is strong. Um, so don't take that to heart. And just really being patient with your friend and you being patient, them being patient with you as you are learning how to be a safe space. You don't want to cause harm. Your intention is to cause love and be light. So let's practice that. All right. Awesome. Well, I think that that's a great place to stop. I know it probably wasn't really long, but I hope that you enjoyed today's topic. We're going to get into um, our closing segment. Usually it would be 3,000 questions about me, but today I'm just going to really think about a question that I want to ask for myself, and where I want to head. So, one thing I'm really thinking about right now that's coming to mind, it's not really a question, but I need to take a break. Yeah. I've been without a vacation for real, for real. I know that there's something to do. I'm high risk and COVID's out here heavy in these streets, but I really miss um, vacation. So I think I'm gonna take a vacation soon. I'm hoping my dad just got this COVID shot, Johnson and Johnson, and I'm like, oh, he might come here to Salt Lake City, Utah. I just got a new desk for us. It's his office that I'm using now. And I was like, yo, I just got us a new desk. Sorry about that noise. I just got a new desk, and my dad's gonna be here. We're gonna spend time. I love him so much. So I know for sure I'm gonna take a vacation when he gets here, and we might even go anywhere. We might go to some nature stuff. Now the spring's here, get out the house a little bit more and soak up some vitamin sun, vitamin D or whatever, and just be out of my head so much and into just having a good time. I'm just Angela having a good time, having a good time, having a good time. There's this YouTube video about having a good time. Check it out. And as always, be real. Me, you. Do what you came here to do and be the light that you want to see. Peace.
Things coming together so beautifully. One day it all makes sense. Just you wait and see. Take this journey with me purposely.